Okay, here we go. Sorry, that's what you just said right before we started recording, and I just feel like it would be a good beginning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Lee and Hayley Overtime, the extension podcast of The Lee and Hayley Show. So cheers to you if you're watching us on Kentucky Sports Radio YouTube channel. You can see us. Cheers to you. We appreciate it. If you're listening, hello.
Brought to you by Damiano. Yes. Well, however you want to say it.
Well, Damiano's is the name of the restaurant. That's how I'll say it.
Well, no.
Do you know Damiano? Oh, no.
Oh, no. Another version of you being wrong when you're so sure I'm right.
This is the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
This what it feels like, Lee, to be wrong all the time?
Pizza, pasta, beer, and bourbon. Located at 503 South Upper Street. Great place to watch the game, by the way. Here in Lexington, Kentucky, if you want to call 859-303-8373, they just provided the staff with a delicious lunch. We had the Margherita pizza. We also had the Diablo. That's mine and Bridget's favorite.
Both are really, really good. Yes. I just inhaled 2 pieces of the margarita. It is so good. Pro tip, add pepperoni to your margarita pizza. Mm-hmm. It takes it to another level.
And the weirdo Nua had wings, which are very good.
Their wings are good because Nua is a freak among freaks, and he
gets
doesn't like pizza.
Some barbecue style, not buffalo.
Oh, barbecue chicken wings. I had some dry rub chicken wings last night that are so good.
Really?
Absolute heaven.
Good for you.
What is this beverage we have in front of us today?
Well, it's also, today that we're taping this podcast, It is National Margarita Day. No, tomorrow is National Margarita Day, actually, yes. So
actually, the day that this episode gets released.
It's National Margarita Day.
It's National Margarita Day.
Well,
so if you're listening.
Made it easier.
On release, that made it easier for you. And
you
what
know
do you
what
think
this was
made
like? I was like in the movie Tenet. Things are all weird in this time warp.
And just how you hated the film Tenet. I hate you. No, I came into the taping and we had 2 delicious margaritas in front of us because, our sweet executive producer Bridget crafted these for us using only the best tequila. And then we've got like a salt lime rim.
She put some tahini in mine.
Oh, did she?
Mm-hmm.
So you could buy this rimmer. It's one of those like silver dish looking things. So you just put lime juice around the rim of your cup and then spin it in there. I have one at home that I was gifted and I haven't used it yet. And I'm just now thinking of it. So this one is specifically for margaritas. So it's salt, lime, and a couple other spices in it. I was gifted a Bloody Mary rimmer. Mm-hmm. And so it's like the same dish, but it has like the seasonings you'd want. Almost probably more like an everything bagel type seasoning, which I'm excited about. So anyway, cheers to you, Lee Cruse. Thank you to Bridget for making these cocktails.
Thank you, Bridget.
Cheers to you.
Yes.
Whoa.
Can I talk about why I think it was last night I started thinking about how angry I am at Nua, who told me his physical condition, which aggravates me.
Yes. What did Nua share with us?
All right. So we went to a fast chili restaurant.
Just say Skyline Chili.
All right. Anyway, while we're there, he ordered a diet beverage just like I did. I think it was Diet Pepsi. I think it was Diet Pepsi.
He got Diet Pepsi,
Diet Pepsi. Mm-hmm. And then he said, could I get a Pepsi to go?
After we ate.
I'm like, what drinking diet? He goes, no. I can't have sugar before I eat because it causes my muscles to hurt. Mm-hmm. And I was outraged by that.
Obviously. You were understandably outraged. And everyone at home, they're probably filled with rage. They're probably punching their loved ones right now.
It's the biggest bunch of horse hockey I've ever heard in my life.
Sure.
There is no such condition.
Lee.
Where sugar causes your muscles to ache. Feel free to write to us, ideas at leeandhaley.com, if you want to back that bad science. But I don't buy it. And I only want to hear from medical professionals.
You want medical professionals to say, Lee, thank you for blowing this wide open. People like Nua, they've been pushing this sugar agenda, and it's not going to work.
Where sugar makes my muscles hurt.
Nua's clearly getting paid by anti-big sugar. Anyway, so I've just had my first sip of my first margarita. How many margaritas have you had? Because I was gone from the office for a little bit, and I came back for this taping. And is this your first margarita?
Just like I would tell a young lady who may ask my age.
Okay.
Why should we put a number on it?
I thought you were going to say a lady never tells.
Or a lady never tells. That's
if a girl asks how old you are, please say a lady never tells.
A lady never tells.
Why put a number on it? Okay. Well, and I'll tell you this, speaking of Sweet Nua, he is the lightest of lightweights. And he's a young man, but he just never drank a lot, and which is good because he barely turned 21. Like how old are you, Noah?
I'm 24.
Okay, he's 24 now. So he's been in the legal drinking game
But
for 3 years.
he looks 15.
He looks 15. Like, he is so youthful. And so he is the lightest lightweight on our staff, but maybe possibly ever.
Let me just so the men out there can understand what I deal with.
Sure.
What's
Because, again, everything to do with Noah's health and body is about you. So go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So what's your waist size, Noah?
26.
Oh, my God. I mean, that's not even real. 26.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
When and at some point he will expand. It's part of thermodynamics.
Noah, what's your dad's body type?
About the same.
Yeah. He's long,
Yeah.
lean. My dad always warned my brother, because my dad had a very similar body type to Noah's, not quite as lean and live, but tall. My dad's like 6'3", very long and lean. And he, never had to worry about anything like weight gain or whatever till he was married with children and working. And then all of a sudden,
Metabolism goes away.
well, and then it all gathers for a meeting in the belly region.
Right.
And all of a sudden he had this pooch
I will tell you right now, I'm having a revival.
in the belly region. It is bringing fat cells in from far and
I
wide.
mean,
The Lord is moving at this revival.
That's right. You think our folks over there in Wilmore had something going on. The Spirit has moved us.
Oh, the Spirit has moved
and
us.
I have expanded.
Sure. Well, anyway, and
Every day it grows.
so my little brother, who he's not so little anymore, hello Jackson, I think he's 32 years old now, but he too had my dad's body type, and my dad warned him, son.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know this.
What?
Is Jackson getting tubby?
No, not at all.
Oh.
But he's got a tiny bit of a
Well, that's like
kind of
my
like
brother.
Patrick Mahomes. You know how that picture
Right.
came out of him at the,
Yeah. I think that's
where he has a
mostly-
little bit of a dad bod tummy wise.
Yeah, but that's also flak jacket weight too.
Okay. Well, anyway, my dad warned my brother. He's like, enjoy this free lifestyle while you can,
Yeah.
because one day you're going to wake up and you're going to say, what is that little piece of meat hanging over my belt loop?
And
it'll be-
not an appropriate thing to say during the honeymoon.
No, not at all. So my brother, has started to see that he has to, about early 30s, he started to be like, oh, I just can't eat a whole Papa John's pizza and a 12-pack of beer every night. I can't. My brother did share with me recently, and I love this. He is married to a lovely, lovely girl. I adore her. She's one of my best friends. Her name is Chandler, and he adores her. They have such a wonderful marriage.
She's a beautiful girl.
She is a beautiful girl.
Objectively, can I say that
You
without
can.
offending Jackson? He doesn't punch me in the face. She's a smoke show.
Oh, I think he'd love that, and he knows he's married to a smoke show. Anyway, he adores her, but occasionally she'll be out of town or work an overnight shift because she works at a hospital. He was like, I love it sometimes when she's gone, and I was like, why? And he said, I get excited thinking about it when I'm at work. Because you know what I always eat for dinner when she's not there? She cooks like
Healthy stuff.
no.
Oh.
Well, she'll cook healthy stuff, but she's from like a real Italian family. So she makes sauce, as they say. Like, I got to put on a pot of sauce. I'm going to make a sauce.
Lord.
She makes these unbelievable meals. Anyway, and he adores how she eats, but when he's like, and I love that, but when she's gone, about 2, 3 in the afternoon, I start thinking about when I get off work. And I already know right where I'm going. I'm going to Papa John's to pick me up a large pepperoni pizza. I'm going to eat the whole thing. I'm going to get me a 6-pack, maybe a 12-pack, and I'm going to sit on the porch with my dog. And I'm going to eat and drink all that. And he said, and whenever I do that, I think life could not get any better. So he's like, I miss her. So she comes back. Everything's great. He's like, but I just sit out there. They live on a farm. He's like, it's just peak life. So sometimes there's those secret single activities that you love your spouse, but you're also like,
It's all
I get to do my.
perspective, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Because I'm pretty much eating a Papa John's pizza by myself every night.
Okay. Well, again, making everything about you. And I love this. It's no matter who we're talking about, it always comes back to
I'm
you.
thinking that I want release from a hot Italian girl who can do pastas and sauce. That I got a respite coming. No, and again, I'm not judging Jackson on this because he has to deal with it every day, whatever that is, and however that comes. But from
maybe
my
also part of-
angle, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
Talk about looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Well, then I think also maybe it just comes from he doesn't have to share his pizza with anyone because he said I
get that.
He loves Papa John's pizza.
I get it.
We grew up on Papa John's. 443-7272. That's 443 Papa. That was the phone number to our local Papa John's. And when my mom would say, "Let's order pizza," we would fight over who got to hit 443 Papa on the phone.
By the way, not to make it about me again,
But you will.
but the entire staff said today, including Mason, the best pizza they've had is Damiano's.
Yes. Seriously, the pizza is so good. Yes, they are our sponsor, but we begged them to be our
know, if they
sponsor
weren't,
because
let's
we
say-
love their product so much.
Let's say McDonald's was our sponsor.
Sure.
Right now, I would still tell you, the best pizza in town is Damiano's.
And that would hurt McDonald's.
No, it wouldn't hurt
why?
McDonald's. It wouldn't hurt McDonald's, but I
Right.
would tell you the truth anyway.
Oh, I thought you were saying like even if McDonald's sponsors us, I
No,
would
if,
assume.
what I'm saying is if Damiano's wasn't the sponsor.
Okay, that would have made more sense to say. I suppose.
I was just giving you an example, putting you in the
It
moment.
was a bad example. I'm
It
sorry.
was not a bad example.
It was a poor example. Anyway, okay, well, we've had a great week on the show. So if you've tuned into the Lee and Hayley show this week, you've seen a lot of fun shoots that we've been on. We started the week on President's Day with a visit to the Mary Todd Lincoln House in Lexington, which was my first time. I've lived in Lexington almost 10 years. And you know, they say you're a bad tourist in your own town. I am. I've never been there. It was Mary Todd Lincoln's childhood home. Mary Todd, of course, the wife of former U.S. President, God rest his soul, Abraham Lincoln. That was great. It's really cool if you haven't been.
And not, he doesn't know how My American Cousin ended, by the way.
Yeah, I know. And that's the most heartbreaking part of it all, isn't it? Lee? That lack of closure for him. Mm-hmm. Those are his last words. Oh, yeah, wow. Okay. When I have to sit here with you, it makes my muscles ache. You are my Pepsi pre-meal. Okay, I just need you to know that. Like you.
Yeah. I mean, think about that. We got presidents now that can't move without Secret Service
Yeah.
anywhere.
Was there Secret Service or protection with
There was
a-
one guy working for Pinkerton
Oh, Pinkerton.
who said, I'm going to go, okay, enjoy I don't know if he said this, but he thought, well, Lincoln's set in the box.
We're good.
I'm going to go down to the tavern. I don't want to watch this play, My American Cousin. I'm going to go down to the tavern and have a drink.
And he
So the box was unguarded, and John Wilkes Booth, who was the Tom Hanks of his day, sorry, Tom, but he's related to the Lincolns. It's okay. Yeah, he's related to,
Okay, but how is he Tom Hanks?
because he was a big-time actor.
He was?
John Wilkes Booth was famous. This wasn't like just
I
some
didn't know
nobody.
that.
No,
I thought he was famous because he killed an
No.
American president. He was
No,
famous
I-
before.
he was-
Learn something new.
No, he was
too.
famous before that. Yeah, he may not have been Tom Hanks, but he was
Because to
well
say someone
regarded.
is Tom Hanks, that's a big time actor.
Oh, he was like Paul Rudd. Put it that way.
Wow. Sorry, Paul. Jeez.
But anyway, he was well known,
and he,
but a Southern sympathizer who snuck up, and nobody would have stopped. I mean, the Pinkerton guy probably said, "Oh, hey,
could I have your autograph?
Mr. Booth? Oh, you want to meet the president? Come on in."
Oh,
it
so it
probably would have
still
happened anyway.
ended, yeah.
But still, instead, he
And Mary
got a
Todd was with
free
him?
shot. I think
Was
so.
she sitting next to him?
I think so. Yes, they wanted to go enjoy a nice night.
Why do most U.S. assassinators, why do they have three names?
It's all, it's
They're all
because the way,
connected.
I think we do that on purpose. We all have three names. We
Not
just never
everyone.
say
Not
them.
everyone. My friend Gabrielle in middle school had no middle name, and it
Or
was
my
real
mother.
confusing.
My mother doesn't.
See, so
Well,
you're-
she's not a serial killer. As far
sure?
as we know.
Yeah, you never know.
I
Lee.
don't know.
A lot
You're
of them
right.
are
I
good
don't.
secret keepers.
I don't
until
know.
they're not anymore. Like John Wilkes Booth, Lee Harvey Oswald, his doppelganger Brock Purdy.
Really? I never thought of that.
Yes, I saw it on Twitter. I thought I
Brock
mentioned it last
Purdy
week on the episode. Someone
looks
said
like-
Brock Purdy's been killing me who he looks like, and someone said, "Oh, that's it, Lee Harvey Oswald."
So Brock Purdy should, at every press conference after a loss, say, "I'm a patsy."
What do you think Brock's middle name is? I got to look it up because he's not a killer, but if he is
I
one
didn't
day,
do it. I'm a patsy.
oh dear. Let's see here. What do you think Brock Purdy's middle name is? Oh, it doesn't say. I don't think he has a middle name.
Yeah, I bet he does. It's probably Lee.
Guess when he was born.
April 2nd,
No, December 27th.
19 Is it 19?
No, it's 18. Oh, you were thinking it might be in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he's not that old.
No, he's not.
So
This is shocking to me.
1999.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
December 27, 1999 in Queen Creek, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have a middle name, at least according to Wikipedia, which Wikipedia is never wrong.
We'll see a day, probably in 10 years, where the last person playing in the NFL, well, they'll sort of celebrate the last guy that was born in the 19s.
Yeah.
In the 20th century, right?
Yeah, and then soon they'll all have been born.
And when he retires, everybody's playing that's past the year 2000.
That's crazy.
That'll happen first before the NBA or the Major League Baseball.
Yeah, good Lord. Okay, another thing we did this week, you saw.
Unless Tom Brady comes back.
And you know what?
He could.
What's his middle name?
Is it Lee?
Why do you're making everything about you. I bypassed that when you said Brock Purdy, his middle name might be. Let me look it up. I think it's probably like Tom Hottie with the body Brady.
It's Edward Patrick Brady.
Well, where the hell does Tom come from? Oh, he has got two.
Thomas.
I thought you meant his name was Edward Patrick
No,
Brady.
that was Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
Do you, Princess Diana, take Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, and he's a junior.
Is he?
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. Wow. Didn't want to leave anybody out. Edward and Patrick were fierce rivals, and they both wanted in the name. What's your middle name?
Is Lee.
And what's your first name?
Ted.
Ted Lee Cruz.
Bundy.
So you could have been Ted Cruz.
Could have. We don't discuss that for security reasons.
Okay. We also went and took a lesson at a truck driving school this week. We took like a speed lesson on driving an 18-wheeler.
I enjoyed that.
I did too. I didn't even know they had automatics. They have stick shift, obviously, and then they have automatics, and we got to drive those because I was terrified going up to the chute. I learned how to drive a stick shift when I was like 12, 13 years old. My parents said, like, you always need to know how to drive one. And then, don't tell them, but like I haven't done it since then. And so like that life skill they were teaching me is gone. And so I do need to do that because there could be a situation where I got to jump in someone's car and, but anyway. So I was afraid we were going to have to be on a stick shift. Clutch.
Stop on a hill?
Oh, no.
Roll back just a tiny bit and gun it? Take off? Thread it? That clutch? Gas? Equilibrium?
No. My sister
It's always a
had
challenge, especially if somebody's right on your butt. Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, yikes. My brother can do it in his sleep. You know, he's one of those truck driving boys. Yeah. My sister, I think, had a stick shift once.
Fascinating.
I beg you to bring something to the table.
I bring everything.
I'm leading this entire conversation.
I have provided the feast.
What feast?
This feast that we're having right now.
At the revival?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, stop. Don't act like I'm being mean.
I don't think you're being mean.
Oh, good.
It's not your fault.
That's true.
You didn't push calories down my throat. I did it.
Oh, I was going to say, who did it?
I did.
So how did the margaritas help with your and Nikita's hangovers today?
I didn't have an hangover. She might have.
What happened?
We get in deep discussions about life.
Yeah, you guys run in the same circles, and you guys went to a little gathering, and then it was just the two of you two. Did you stay out late? Oh.
No, she's got a strict curfew.
Her children are saying, "Mother, where are you?"
No, it's law enforcement.
Oh, okay. It's like an ankle monitor thing.
Halfway house.
Sure.
She's got...
Nikita's one of our producers, those of you who don't know, and she is one of the most upstanding, sweet, motherly, cute types ever. And so we like to joke that she's some sort of degenerate, which is so far from the truth.
Or is it?
Or is it?
No, she's got a dog. So she's always, I gotta go, Ellie's there. And I go, that dog doesn't wear a watch, Nikita.
Yeah. Have one more drink.
Sure.
You always, it's obvious when you come in hungover. I think I've seen Nikita come into work one time, not really hungover. She said she had a slight headache. Because I keep like a full medicine cabinet in my office where I've got ibuprofen, I've got Dayquil, I've got Band-Aids, I got the whole thing. And she came in and goes, I have 2 Advil. And I was like, what's wrong? She was like, oh, jeez.
Not me. I don't ever ask for that.
You don't, but your eyes are bloodshot. You'll just go, oh. I'll go, what's wrong with you? Oh. Bridget will go, you all right? You're like, oh, long night. I was at a meeting. That's what you always say. And we're like, okay. Anyway,
It was at a meeting.
with Nikita.
Well, that was last night. But I have been at meetings
Yeah.
trying to grow our business.
Don't start.
Don't you start. What do you mean don't start?
That's your big thing is you love to say, I work 24 hours.
I do.
And then you
I
and
don't
Nikita
get
are
to
out
sleep.
doing slippery nipples at 7 p.m.
That's only if it's south.
Nua, that's a shot, just so you know. Nua, a slippery nipple is not
He
an
got
act.
very excited
He did.
about
He was
that.
like, what are Lee and Nikita doing? Their circle of friends they run in are wild.
Got me excited.
Yeah. right?
No. You get mad at me. And again, I don't begrudge that you're not out there with me. I've had this discussion
No,
with you.
I begrudge you where you act as if when you leave here,
I have to think about it.
you're headed to meeting after meeting.
I do. I got one today.
Okay.
Can't talk about it, but I do have it.
Okay. Well, good for you. Anyway, so we did, basically like part of the training to get your CDL. And ever since we did that shoot, I drove home to Tennessee to visit my grandmother this past weekend. And right after we did that shoot, and I found myself really staring at all the tractor trailer drivers, being like, I felt a kinship. I felt like, look, I've been where you sit.
I will tell you,
And then I thought, I wonder what made him decide to do this.
and you know this, I've had this fantasy for a long time. When I used to do the morning show, especially over at the other place,
LEX 18.
and I would drive from live shot to live. The live shot would, I'd be up at 4:30 out traversing Kentucky highways.
Yeah. You did like community
And
involved
I would see these guys pulled on the side of the road,
sleeping.
sleeping in their cab.
something
Or then
about
I'm
that.
leaving the live shot. It's now 7 a.m. and I'm exhausted because
Yes.
I've had a horrible night of meetings.
Even then.
Trying to build a business that didn't exist.
And these men won't take a meeting unless you have 3 drinks with them.
And I just wanted to crawl in a cab with a trucker and snuggle like nobody's business. I thought, oh, what I wouldn't give to be able to stretch out.
I know, to just be
in
able to
that
lay
big,
down.
beautiful back seat, which is a mattress, and say, breaker, breaker 19, Huggy Bear's coming at you.
Yes, yes. If there are any truck drivers listening right now, Lee Cruse would like to.
I just want you to know I appreciate the way you handle your rig.
That's right. He appreciates the way you handle his rig, and he'd like to be your little spoon. So write in to ideas@leeandhaley.com. Let us know where you'll be parked. He'll bring
Yeah,
the charisma.
I'll meet you at Buc-ee's.
Oh my gosh, I'd kill to sleep in a cab at Buc-ee's. I drove
Well,
by.
I'm sure there's some guys that would let you.
If there are any truckers listening right now,
Would you, if you were a truck driver, well, I guess you'd have to. Well, I don't even know why I'm asking this. I guess you'd shower at Buc-ee's or a Pilot.
Well, that's when you'll be at one of those big gas
Isn't
stations and they'll
that
say shower so and so is
odd, though?
open.
Yeah, that's right. They will make that announcement.
Yeah.
Shower 5 is open.
Will they let just regular people? Not that like people that are driving regular cars.
Why
Can you
not?
shower there?
I don't. Let's do it.
I guess you can.
Let's try it for the show. Let's go to Buc-ee's and take a shower.
I can't wait to see that footage of you.
Well,
Not like that, but I mean,
you know what I mean.
I'm scared to take a shower at a truck stop.
Why?
I don't know. I'm a woman. I'm scared of everything.
You got to wear flip flops.
I'm scared of men.
Oh my God.
I speak for everyone when I say that.
99.9% of men out there would protect you from any type of danger. That's the God's honest truth. I know there's the deviants out there.
I think it's a smaller number than 99.9.
I don't believe that to be true.
You don't know.
Oh my God. Statistics prove me
Where
right.
is
I
that
would
statistic?
run away from danger instantly.
Yeah, Nua would have been if Nua was in the shower where I was.
Now that Nua has
and
spoken,
someone tried to assail me, he would be gone and be like,
Be like, sorry, Haley.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
now that Nua
I'll
has
miss you.
spoken up, it's 99.8%.
oh dear. Yeah, I told you. I knew it. I knew it. No, that's that song. I'm not afraid of God. I am afraid of men. Anyway. Where'd your margarita go? Or is that my glass? Yeah. Okay. Well, batter up. We also went to the University of Kentucky because this Saturday, is that February 24th? Yes, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah.
It is.
This Saturday, February 24th, is their annual E-Day at the engineering department on campus. And E-Day is Engineers Day. And it's where basically people of all ages, but especially kids, get to go in and interact with all the engineering students and get to do, this year they have over 100 different exhibits or exhibitions or experiments or whatever that kids can participate in. And we got to try some of those and show them to you this week on the show. One of which was like dropping a rubber ball in liquid nitrogen.
Well, creating a rubber ball. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Racquetball.
A racquetball. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is a rubber ball, into liquid nitrogen and then throw it against the wall because it makes it as like fragile as glass and it shatters.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
If you give me a moment.
Okay, too much margarita salt.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it is open to the public, so you could do that this weekend if you're looking for something fun to do with your kids. But also adults can go too if you're just interested in doing something fun like this, or if you're a high school student and you might be interested in a career in engineering and you're wondering what it's like. So it's the University of Kentucky E-Day this Saturday, February 24th, 10 a.m. to 2.
You could be my age as
You
a
don't-
non-traditional student.
That's right. Yeah. You don't have to get tickets ahead of time, but go on their website, just Google E-Day, whatever, and then you have to register just to let them know you're coming. So
Enjoyed the heck out of that.
it was super fun. All the students we met, guys, gals, they were all hella smart and so nice and welcoming. So we love doing that shoot every year.
One of the things we did recently, which just was posted to our social media yesterday, we went and got hypnotized.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that on our last podcast? I don't think so.
Yeah, we talked about it. We actually taped one of our episodes right after we did that shoot, like after we got back from the hypnotist.
And we
it
talked
finally
about
aired,
how that guy almost got me.
Yeah.
Because I think I would have gone under deep. I could feel myself releasing.
Oh, I think so too. We did an abbreviated hypnotist session because we were filming it for TV, but I really think it could be.
Yeah, I was relaxed really relaxed, and
Yeah.
I had to stop being relaxed and go, well, wait a minute, I have to perform, otherwise this isn't going to be very funny if a guy's just in a trance.
Yeah.
So I got to pull myself out of it. But it was, I think, worthwhile if that may be an avenue for you to help curb fear or something you struggle with. I'd actually recommend it.
Yeah. Try it out.
Yeah,
and that
I would
was
try that because the one thing I liked what he said was it's only like
the one thing. Everything else you said, stop talking.
You liar. No, it's just that he said it usually takes 1 or 2 sessions.
Yeah.
It's not like you got to spend 6 months with the guy.
I wish I could. I loved him.
He had beautiful hair.
If you're interested in him, his name was Paul, and he owns Live Today Hypnosis. Check it out. He was awesome and has a gorgeous coif of Patrick Dempsey-like hair.
He does.
Gorgeous. Very sweet guy. And then a piece that actually airs Friday on the show. So if you're listening on Thursday, we went to the Peach Cobbler Factory.
Oh yeah, that's a place that's right off Oliver Lewis.
Yes, it is.
It's on the corner of Oliver Lewis and Broadway.
Yeah. We were blown away by this place. OMG. So it's a franchise and it is exploding. Like it was the first one only was founded in 2018. And now they have I think 70 stores and then 250 already official that are about to open across the country as well.
That will air on our show Friday, I believe.
Yes. And so we went there and they have obviously peach cobbler, but they have tons of other cobblers that served with ice cream. They have cookies. They have stuffable
My favorite.
cinnamon rolls.
That was my favorite.
They'll cut it open and put cobbler in there or one of their, I think 12 different banana puddings. They have flavored banana puddings. They had a cheesecake banana pudding, a red velvet cake banana pudding. What?
So good.
Yeah, so go see them. Over off Oliver Lewis Way in Lexington. So good. And the owner was there, and she is just the coolest chick in the entire world. She's their franchisee, but she doesn't just own the Lexington one. She owns Louisville, and she owns a lot of them.
Yeah.
And she was probably my age.
Even including in Texas.
Yeah.
I think she had Houston.
Yeah, and she kind of got in on the ground floor, and it has exploded. And so happy for her, and just appreciate her having us out. So if you're looking for something to splurge on this weekend, head to the Peach Cobbler Factory.
And I think we had something that aired on yesterday's show, which exemplifies my life with you, and that is, in a Driving Me Crazy, we were going to go do the E-Day thing, and they gave us directions as to which garage to park in downtown on campus, and I went directly to that place, and you said, we're at the wrong facility. And you argued with me, and I had to back up and embarrass myself and drive around the block. And then as we come around the block, you realize you're wrong. And I was right.
Doesn't sound
Yeah.
like me.
And then I realized in that moment, thank God I had enough cognitive skills to reclaim justice. And that was, you do this to me all the time where you gaslight me into me thinking I'm wrong when actually I am right. And I was right there. And
I know you were.
You were just so dismissive of all of it. And you wanted this to go away. You never wanted to be mentioned again. Because you've got a problem with being wrong.
No, I don't. No, I do. I have a real problem with being wrong. I can't stand it.
Why?
And I have to actively tell myself as it's happening, like, this is no big deal. This is no big deal. For some reason, I think like if I'm wrong about one thing, I'm wrong about everything. Like I feel like my house of cards is going to come tumbling down. Like me leading you astray in that parking garage, I'm like, well, I guess I got to quit my job because it's all over. The charade does not continue.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry about that. You'll see it. Yeah, the Drive Me Crazy. It'll be up on our socials soon. Yeah, that was my favorite Drive Me Crazies are the ones where where both of us get really tickled, but me especially. Like sometimes I get so tickled where I can't breathe.
Yeah, I'm not
Funny. Sorry.
I don't get to have a tickle the way you do because I'm actually operating the vehicle.
I offer to. You're a control freak, and do not act like you wish I'd drive you around.
I wish you would.
I offer, and you can't stand it. I think maybe 2 times we've done a Drive Me Crazy in my car.
Yeah.
You are so miserable. It's like you don't know what to do with your hands as a passenger. It's like you've never been a passenger before. Like in the video, you just look so stupid.
You know, when I order
You're sitting there like, well,
I will say when I order an Uber, I stand by the driver's door when he picks me up.
you do.
And he's like, "Are you Lee?" I said, "Why are you in my seat?"
Like,
I'll drive us there. You sit in the back.
let me ask you this. When you and your friends are going to go somewhere and one person has to drive, who drives?
I do.
Uh-huh. And why is that?
You know who I've never ridden with?
I'll need an answer to the question.
Because I'm the best.
Oh, it's because you're the best.
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
Because one, I need to control the radio.
Where did you pick up these friends? Traffic school? Like you think they're all bad at driving?
I will allow my brother to drive on occasion.
And
I
he
trust
actually
him.
texted me and said to tell you thank you.
Yeah. I trust his skill.
Yeah.
But you know who will be interesting if I had to go on a road trip with, I don't know what would happen, Matt Jones. Because I know he doesn't allow anybody to drive either.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a control freak too.
So
What are you two going to do? You'll sit in his lap and you'll take turns holding the steering wheel?
I think we'd have to go get one of those driver's ed cars where at least one of us could have the brake.
You can have the brake on the floor.
Yeah, in the passenger side. That's the only way Matt and I could ride someplace.
Yes. Yes. Now, who's Matt?
Matt Jones, he's some wrestling promoter.
No, Matt Jones, we adore him, obviously, of Kentucky Sports Radio fame and many other things. Yeah. Wrestlers was so good. I love that he had Hollywood Hayley J, one of the wrestlers, on KSR this week. And he loves to, whenever he talks about her on social media, use a screen grab of her from the show that says, I got to be honest, I don't give an F what Matt Jones has to say, if we're being honest.
Yeah, well.
And she said it, and I adore it, and he screen grabbed it and uses it anytime he promotes her. But anyway, she was on the show. I would love to meet her, actually. Not just because our names are Hayley.
Yeah, she was in the Netflix special.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Like one of the
I remember her.
One of the few female wrestlers, and they really focused on her more than I think any other female wrestler on it.
Her and her mother.
Her mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I recall them now. Yes.
Yes. She's awesome. I would like to meet her. She's tough. One tough cookie. And she's got a cute little kiddo.
They're the ones that did whatever it was we thought Bridget was going to make us watch the other day.
Oh, glass.
You know, the glass where they put tacks and glass on the mat.
Yeah.
And you slam somebody on there and they have superficial cuts.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of blood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it
she
makes
and her
for a
mom
good
did that. What's that
spectacle.
called? It's called a so-and-so match. Like, is it called a death match?
I
think it's called a death match.
Is it?
I'm not 100% sure.
Nobody dies.
They both died. It's in memoriam. No, anyway.
You know they're making a new Gladiator?
They are?
Yeah, and I think Denzel's in it.
Denzel.
Yeah, and somebody else, but of course no Russell Crowe. But can I tell you right now?
I wish you would.
Everybody, if you get a chance, go see Land of Bad.
Okay.
Big fat Russell Crowe.
Oh, big old fat Russell Crowe. I love him. I want to hug him.
Because, yeah, even though he's gained tremendous amount of weight, you do know underneath all of that cuddliness is Maximus.
Yeah.
And so it helps his character because his character is a drone pilot that's trying to help Liam Hemsworth get out of country somewhere in Asia.
Okay.
and rescue some folks and all that. But Russell has some gravitas to him that even though he's been demoted and he's a captain and he's divorced 4 times and all of that, there's still a level of respect you got to give the guy. And it's so good. I love Russell Crowe.
A Beautiful Mind.
It was so good.
Such a good movie.
Ron Howard killed it. That's Ron Howard's best. Well, Apollo 13 was good too.
Yeah, that was
But
good.
A Beautiful Mind may be his best film.
So good, man.
Splash was good as well, though. Another Tom Hanks, Ron Howard production.
Those two. Okay.
Daryl Hannah. Wow.
Where is Daryl?
I don't know,
Where'd she
but
go?
I'm watching that mermaid run around Liberty Island buck naked.
Over and over and over.
Oh, yeah,
again.
if I could, I would have. But, my dad had the VCR, and I didn't. And Disney's changed that now. They've edited that. They've censored her out.
They did?
Yeah, they've
I
extended
remember all
her
that.
hair.
Yeah, to cover her behind. Like,
What, really? Okay. So what do the little 15-year-old boys do now? They don't get to watch Daryl Hannah.
maybe there's a Victoria's Secret catalog in their mailbox I can look at.
Probably.
That was so good.
Yeah.
I'd imagine for kiddos. Okay, time to take some questions.
Okay. Again, if you would like to ask a question or if you'd like to give us a topic to discuss, you can do so. Go to Lee and Hayley. No, I'm sorry. Go to ideas. I said it backwards. At leeandhaley.com. All right. This one comes from executive producer Bridget.
What's her question?
Drunkest person you've had to help out.
Oh.
I don't want to say.
Oh.
I've had to do it several times.
Well, who hasn't?
Yeah. I was looking for a fella who did not have a stitch of clothing on a golf course once.
What? A nude would-be golfer?
It was nighttime.
Okay, good. What happened?
I found him. Got him back to where he belonged.
Tell us more of the story. Quit being cryptic.
I don't want to.
We don't need social
incriminate.
security numbers. Just don't tell any details.
Just told you enough.
No, how did he end up nude on the golf course?
He left where he was
Oh, this is a good story. I feel like I'm there.
and he walked out to a golf course.
No, he didn't. Not that golf course.
And he was gone
Oh.
for 20 minutes or longer, where people were like, where is he?
Okay. And you,
So I went out in the dark and to the mist to find the thing.
the thing.
Yes,
And then you said, well, Lord, it's attached to him.
there it was. Did you ever see? I know you didn't. You're too young.
All right.
There's a movie. Remember the wonderful actor John Ritter?
Yeah.
He did a movie. I can't remember what it was, and his buddy gave him a prophylactic that, for whatever, glowed in the dark. And then there's this love scene. They turn the lights out,
Oh, no.
and then, like there's a bang or a noise, and he has to get. She goes, "Oh, find out what that is." You're looking at a black screen except for this glow in the dark
Glow
thing.
in the dark.
And it's John Ritter, and it's kind of moving and flopping around, and
Oh, dear.
it was hilarious.
That's
I can't remember
so
the name of
funny.
that. He may have been with John Belushi's little brother, Jim.
Yeah.
Maybe he was in that movie with him. I think he
that's
was.
funny.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Well, what about you? Drunkest person you've had to
Well, I'm
help
trying
out?
to think. I've had people get lost. I live on a farm, and I've had people get lost on the driveway. And I'm like, you keep on going.
I just recalled one. A stranger.
Okay.
I am driving to work. I've told you this story before. I'm
Yes.
driving to work downtown
Okay.
on Main Street.
Yes.
There is a commotion going on around a bus.
Okay.
And I
What
don't-
time of day is this? Early morning?
It's like 10 a.m.
Oh, it's 10 a.m. Okay.
10 a.m.
You're headed to work, 10 a.m.
And I see a gentleman out in the middle of the street, and he's kind of stopping traffic. Now, his ear is injured. A tremendous amount of blood coming from his ear. And what I think has happened is he was on the street, and the bus's side view mirror clipped his ear.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yikes. Sure.
He's not going to die from this. He's going to be fine. But there's a lot of blood as the face is very vascular.
Right.
People are on the sidewalk. Everybody's on their phone trying to call 911 to get this guy off the street. First car gets around him. Second car gets around him. It's my turn. He puts his hands on my hood.
Oh,
And he stares at me. We're staring at each other.
you love that.
And he walks around. I crack the window, roll it down. Actually, I rolled it all the way down. He's like, and I said, "You okay?" He goes, "I'm dying. I'm dying. I need help. I'm dying."
Yes.
And I said, "Okay. Well, I think these folks over here are calling 911. You need to get off the street and go to the," before I can say sidewalk, he goes, "Lee Cruse, I watch you every morning. You are my man. I love you." I said, "Well, I appreciate that. That's good, buddy. Let's get on the sidewalk." "I can't. I'm dying.
He goes right back into death character.
I'm dying. I'm dying."
And he said,
And I said, "Okay." And I start rolling the window up.
"Oh, is there blood on your car?"
I hope not.
Oh, dear. Yikes.
All right, our next topic.
Okay.
This is from Caleb.
Okay.
What superpower
Flying.
would you like to have? Flying is a
Flying.
good
I
one.
don't care. I don't even need to hear the rest of the question.
You just like to fly places.
I want to be able to fly.
Now, what if you want to take somebody? You want to carry them, or what if you can't get off the ground?
Oh, I'm trying to get
because they're
away
too heavy?
at all times.
You just want to fly.
Yeah, no, I could carry someone.
What if you don't have super strength? You just can fly.
If I can fly, I'd imagine I have a pretty good strength.
We don't know that.
Anyway, finish the question. What was the full question? What
Well,
superpower would you like to have?
Not invisibility.
No, I just want to be able to go.
You don't want to go to Tom Brady's house and watch him take a shower.
I'll fly there. I'll fly there and peek through the window and say, "Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., drop trowel and let me see what
tell you
we're
what.
working with." Is that glow in the dark?
What I wouldn't want to have is mind reading. I don't want to know what
wanna
people
know.
are thinking.
No.
I can
Invisibility.
only
Mine
guess.
is flying, then invisibility second.
What about strength? Crazy strength.
I don't really care about that.
Oh, it'd come in handy. Haven't you ever had trouble with a jar of pickles?
Yes, yeah. And then I bought one of those, actually just recently bought this, and I was like, why didn't I have this sooner? One of those like rubbery little disc things that you use to open stuff. That thing is magic.
Okay.
Well, what's yours? Did you say?
I'm probably flying like you.
You would. Of course you would say that. I try to get away from you, and then you're right there.
I'm right
behind me.
flying with you.
Haley, what do
you
they
wanna
call
go?
it? Drafting.
Yeah,
Is that what
thank
it's
you.
called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Thank you so much, Lee. That means so much. Drifting. Drafting?
Drafting. It's drafting. Yes, where they're cutting the air
winds, yeah.
resistance down for you, so you're not using as much fuel or energy.
Yeah, that's you trying to save fuel and energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Nikita wants to know funniest trip you've been on. I don't even know what that means. Funniest?
Like something funny that happened on a trip. I don't think she means, was it a bucket of laughs from start to finish?
The funniest trip?
It started at the airport. It was
been on.
hysterical.
I don't understand this question.
For me, some of my funniest trip memories are when my family, when we were kids and we would drive to the beach. Especially as I got kind of into high school. So it was like one of the only times our whole family was all together and we're stuck in the car for 9 hours. And you get to see your family's idiosyncrasies, especially my dad's. And we used to play pranks on my dad all the time.
The way I see it,
Yeah.
and I understand this a little bit because I've been on trips with you
Yeah.
and the crew as well. I feel bad for your dad
Do you?
because I know this is a learned behavior.
It is.
That's probably taught to you by your mother. Well,
Yeah.
you just abuse this poor guy. I don't know how many times I've gone to a gas station to either use the bathroom or buy a beverage or ice cream sandwich for you, come back out, and the car is gone.
Oh, no. Where did it go?
It's hidden from me.
They got in
And I
and moved it and
finally-
thankfully left the car once they realized I was in it.
I find it, and there you are laughing hysterically with my
Dying.
seat pushed all the way up to the steering wheel.
I'm dying, Lee. I'm dying. Yeah, that's a classic. You know, if you want to torture whoever you're with, when they get out of the car, you push their seat all the way up, bring the back all the way up, and lower the visor. So they just can't get back in the car. There's no way. They can't do that thing that's so annoying when you do something to someone and they pretend they don't notice it. You know, like you move something on their desk or change their food around or move their food or something, and they act like, I don't even care, I don't even notice it. No, they have to notice it because they can't get back in the car.
I do
And my
remember,
dad will go, you happy? You happy with yourself?
I remember going to on a trip. I'm 12, 14 years old with my grandparents and my mother and my siblings. And we're on the way to Camden Park. We would always travel exotic. I'm sure
Is that in South Africa?
yeah, I'm sure a travel agent booked it for us.
Camden
It's just over in West Virginia.
Okay. And what is the Camden Park?
It's just an amusement park. It's like
okay.
a cheap Kings Island.
Nice.
That
okay.
makes you
That seems
feel good about it.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had to stop like 3 times because someone else had to pee. I mean,
Sure.
we couldn't even get, before we even to Moorhead, we have stopped 4 or 5 times, and we had to stop at a rest area.
Oh.
What should be like a 2-hour trip is already, we're in the 3rd hour just because of stops.
Yeah.
And my grandfather is just put out by this.
Of course,
He's
yeah.
like,
He's like, I just want
because
to
somebody's got to pee again.
Yeah.
And my grandmother and my mother get hysterical at his pain and suffering. And that's what I think happens with you guys. And they find that so funny that he's put out by this.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't breathe. They're laughing so hard. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a good sport about it. It's not like he's mad. He's like, stop again and I'll knock you the blank out. But I mean, he's like, are we really going to have to stop again? Mm-hmm. And they can't breathe. They're laughing that hard.
Yeah. It's so good. It's just so funny because
Big crocodile tears, yeah.
oh yeah, it's so good. My dad's threat is usually, well, you'll sleep on the porch. It's like, oh, okay, fine. Okay.
This is Nua. Most awkward moment you've had with another person. Trying to find a guy naked on a golf course wasn't exactly thrilling for me.
Man, I mean, that's such a broad question. I mean, like, my life is so awkward all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's me.
Oh, I'd say my most awkward moment.
Tell us.
I was at a urology appointment. This has
Yours,
been-
or were you just accompanying friends?
Yeah,
You drove them.
let's
You
all
drove
go.
them.
And it's been 15 years ago.
Okay.
And they want a sample, urine sample.
Okay.
And they give me the little jug.
It's a cup, Lee. They don't need a jug
Maybe
of urine.
what you're using. Anyway, they give me this 5-gallon bucket.
Sure. And said, all the way to
and
the top, sir.
They go, you can use that bathroom. No, nobody's in there, right? And I said, no. So I throw open the door.
Yeah, sure.
Throw it open. Arm fully, right hand on doorknob.
All the
open
way.
all the way in.
Yeah. Sure.
In a half stand, half crouch is a woman
Oh, good.
who has her paper gown hiked up just below her breast as she is wiping herself. So she's in that almost a 3-point Jason Kelsey stance.
Yeah, sure.
And our eyes meet. She's just had some kind of procedure, apparently. And she's wiping herself. And we look at each other, and I do that, I'm sorry, and shut the door.
You can't close it fast enough.
I shut the door, and I can hear from the other side of the wall, oh my God, was that Lee Cruse? And then I go to the staff, I go, there's somebody in there. And they go, well, she didn't like the door. I go, you told me there was nobody in
I asked
there.
if there was no one in there.
I said, I can't see this woman again. You got to hide me. They said, okay, go over in this room and wait.
You know what's funny is all your
I married her.
Door, yeah. I had to. It's the least I could do. I'd seen her downstairs mix up. Anyway, you know what's funny is all your stories are just about you meeting your fans
In awkward ways.
in an awkward way.
Got my ear knocked
Do you ever
off.
have a normal fan interaction where someone comes up and says,
Never.
hello, Lee? No, it's always in.
Yeah, it's always
a
inappropriate.
an ear's fallen off.
Yes.
A nether region is exposed.
Yeah, that's one of the worst
That's tough.
for me. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I can't think of anything. I'm sure I'll think of it as soon as we end, but
All right. Now, Mason writes, have you ever had an embarrassing moment in a serious situation? I was in an Uber.
and someone said, is that Lee Cruse?
I was in
Were you
an
driving the Uber?
No, I was in the back seat
Yeah.
with a couple of girls that you know.
Okay.
And this gentleman is
The driver.
Yes.
Okay.
Who we don't know. And he's telling us his life story where he had a lot of promise. He was in love with a girl,
Yes.
but he got tremendously sick and was hospitalized for a very long time
Oh.
because his mattress was filled with mildew. So he was breathing in black mold or something like that.
That's serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His girlfriend left him to go take care of the property as to which they owned in Mexico. And he was going to move down there with her. Now, the girl I'm next to has already started to get the giggles a little bit. She's suppressing this because it's not exactly what you want to hear in an Uber. And
It's too much to hear.
she's trying
Yeah.
not to laugh.
Yes.
And she's managing it pretty well, but I'm kind of eyeballing her going,
You're
shaking
no
my
help.
head. No,
You are
of
no
course I'm
help.
no help.
You're
of course
no
I'm no
help.
Because at this point, all of this seems very safe. Even though he's had a rough time.
Yeah.
He's had a rough time.
Yeah.
And then I say, well, so when you gonna join her down there in Mexico?
Yeah.
Well, she died. And that's exactly what she did. She starts laughing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'm looking at her like, what are you doing? And she can't stop laughing.
I'm her. I'm her in that scenario. I would
know
do
you
the same thing.
Especially if I'm looking at you.
Oh yeah, if someone else is looking at me as well.
Because I couldn't stop grinning.
If I'm by myself, I could have. If I was
poor
alone
guy.
in that Uber, I would have
I
held it
tipped
in.
very well. By the way.
I would have just said, "Of course she did." And here's the thing. Good riddance to her. It sounds like she wasn't spending the night that much anyway.
What?
If his mattress
Oh,
gave him
the-
black mold, they
the
must
lady
not have
that
been
owned the
getting
place in Mexico,
the
yeah.
nighttime boom boom on.
Yeah, right.
If the mattress
get
wasn't,
get a new mattress. I mean, go find one.
So she left him to go to Mexico.
I see
I'll
mattresses everywhere I go.
Do you?
We used to have one on our porch because my brother peed on it quite often.
Oh my gosh.
There was a big stain right
now,
there.
where is he today?
With my brother?
He died.
Yeah. Actually, he just tried to call me during this podcast.
Well, because he wants you to drive him somewhere.
Probably does.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for listening to Lee and Hayley Overtime. We hope you had fun. And join us for the Lee and Hayley Show weekdays. Check your local listings. We are in 4 different states: Kentucky, North Carolina, Georgia, and Mississippi. And then follow us on social media. Just search Lee and Hayley on your favorite platform.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. And again, thanks to our sponsor, Damiano's. It's the best pizza place in town, right on campus, across from the Target
Check it
on
out.
campus.
Check it out. Love you guys. Bye.